cycle repeats itself from beginning of nothingness toward the total integration of the whole. It is a cycle which all living beings must go through, throughout our lives and throughout all existences. Express, experience, integrate, and transcend. In short, what the universe does is it becomes self-aware. Inside, it generates a negative aspect that allow it to be inspired and observe everything that is possible. It creates a positive aspect which allows it to focus and create a purpose to escape itself and create. And once it becomes polarized, it begins to emit the frequency waves that generate energy and give rise to matter. In other words, the three steps of the universe, the three fundamental tools of creation, the Trinity. And from that Trinity, it begins to experience itself. The four cycles or four foundations begin. In other words, a being expresses a reality, creates a reality, experiences all possible aspects of that reality from all points of view. Then it integrates all those points of view, and ultimately has to let go of all that reality, knowing that none of it was ever certain, but was only a way of understanding oneself. When I achieve this, I step out of a temporal plane from dimension number 1 to dimension number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 dimensions of time. In other words, the universe will have 4 aspects of space and 9 aspects of time. These 9 aspects of time are what we call dimensions. Dimensions are simply ways of transcending the levels of time, observing and understanding oneself in different dimensions, in different perspectives. If we could see time, the way it is understood is not exactly a line, it is a center, which is expressed in different aspects. In a way, time is the different perceptions of these 4 spaces of the 4 spatial cells. The unique being lives in all dimensions, it observes all directions in this great sphere it has created. The first dimension is the one. It is unity. It is where we see that the being is just one, that there are not 2, that everything that exists is simply part of a single being. The second dimension is that which allows us to observe all reflections, the polarities, which allows us to create, generate existence, which allows you to be, to escape from yourself and become another. The third dimension is that which allows experience, self-experience and the experience of all aspects you have decided to create. The third dimension is the deepest reality because it has dimension, because it has depth, because it has feeling, because it has the greatest ability to create experiences and show us all the possibilities of that matter.